Good evening, everyone, and welcome to D&D Self-Diceolation, a Dungeons &
Good evening,
Dragons...
Dice Roll fans.
Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign, homebrewed by yours truly. My name's Tom, and I will be your Dungeon Master for this evening. Joining me tonight are four of our regular cast of Merry Miscreants. We'll go around the room and have them introduce themselves. First up, in alphabetical order by character, Richard Badger.
Hello, I am playing Bagerac, the Half-Orc Barbarian. A little known fact about Badgerac, he has the championship under his belt, of course, for yeeting fish in his own village. Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
An achievement to be proud of for sure. Next up, we have James Oakley.
Hello, I am playing Lours, the Kalashtar Druid. Interesting fact, I try to prevent murders in the group. Thus far, my statistics are a success rate of 0. And legally, as a druid, I do not have to pay taxes. Canon.
I'm making a note. Druid, is that like religious exemption or?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
we'll
like-
do that.
You know, like in America, they don't pay taxes for churches. Same thing.
Next
story.
up, we've got James Lacey.
Hi,
There we go.
I'm James Lacey.
Done.
I play Jamesy, Jameson, James the James, and Aarakocra. I've forgotten my class. How have I forgotten my class?
Ranger.
Ranger. There we go. This is all planned
Flawless
before.
professionalism.
Interesting fact about me. I am the great grand nephew on my mother's side of Big Bird from Sesame Street.
Ah. So where we were all assuming you were, in fact, an actual Aarakocra, you'd literally just like 3 guys in a suit.
Exactly.
This is our 3 kobolds in a trench coat. It's 3 gnomes operating a bird costume. And finally, rounding out tonight's group, we've got James Belgarion Harper.
Hello. I play Natasha Bardingfield, the Swiftfoot Halfling Bard. I don't have wings. I'm not very tall. I don't have any druidic powers. I
Can you eat fish?
don't really eat fish. It's not really in my repertoire, as it were. But like, I don't know. I chat shit, and I get shit done.
Licking ass and taking names.
Licking ass and taking names, but only if it's my own ass.
Fantastic.
That's my fact. I can lick my own ass. There you go. Done.
There we go. So,
You're already ahead of the game by being able to
so-
remember what class you are.
yeah, like I said,
I genuinely had to look it up on D&D
Head of the
Beyond.
curve.
consummate professionals to the last. Right. So then, last
Where
time,
the fuck did you get them from?
I know. Last time you were convinced to aid the militia in the town of Daggerford with their missing shipment of resources from a town upriver known as Julkoun, and also the search party that had vanished looking for said missing shipment. After what can at best be described as a profitable stroll along the Delimbir River, you found the crew of the boat, and the search party had been captured for use in a fiendish summoning ritual. With the aid of Guardsman Eric, your escort and literal angel in disguise, you defeated the summoned monsters and pursued their master. With an unfortunately gruesome cost, you managed to recover the shipment, and only the shipment, and return to Daggerford, much to the hesitant thanks of Watch Commander Daniel Garrett. The commander has asked you to report your findings to the mayor of Julkoun so that they can take appropriate actions to defend future shipments. So you've all taken a suitably comfortable long rest inside of your magical elemental palace. And the following day, you leave Daggerford on a militia barge, travelling east along the Delimbir River. The journey is completely uneventful, unlike your previous trip, and you disembarked from the barge at Julkoun that evening. The sun is starting to set, and from the town you can see lights from the local tavern. Sound of voices and music carry across to the port. The barge captain has moored up and is preparing to make their way to the tavern, find a room for the evening. So yeah, that is how you find yourself in Julkoun. Your mission is to report to the mayor and inform them of your findings from the remains, let's say, of the previous shipment.
Right. And it's only the shipment we need to talk about. We don't need to talk about what else happened last week.
What did happen last week?
Nothing. Nothing happened last week. Nothing at all.
It's okay, Natasha, because remember, there are no witnesses since the fact that rock monster appeared. Or mole monster thing. Yeah.
So, where is this mayor located?
So as you look around, you can see a number of
Bye-bye.
sort of residential buildings, small homes, but the main building that catches your attention is the tavern. Sign outside, just about read it from here, reads The Jester's Pride.
The Jester's Pride. How cute. Alright, cool. Let's go in.
Me being subdued by a tavern doesn't sound like me at all.
Fair enough. So,
Well, if you don't need ale, Badgerac.
as you
Shut up!
make your way into the tavern, you can see that there is a painted sign outside advertising a karaoke night, and a little border just underneath that says home of the famous Crimson Minotaur Room. Fulgrim's Folly available on keg. And as you walk inside, it is it's getting on for early evening, you say probably sort of like 5-6 o'clock, but already the place is starting to pack out. There's a number of people already at the bar, tables are quite full. There's a band playing over in the over at the little sort of impromptu stage they've got set up at the back.
Are they death looting?
They're not death looting, no. They appear to
Not
be
interested.
Sort of going through quite a sort of jaunty tune, and there's a group of paired individuals in front of them dancing. So, Natasha, just make me a quick investigation check, please.
Sure. How perfectly mainstream of them. 7.
7. Okay. You're not overly familiar with the dance, but what does catch your attention is that each of the pairs that are dancing seem to be moving in this sort of elliptical movement around these like wooden cones on the dance floor.
Okay.
You catch behind the bar. Actually, the owner of the establishment is a very broad, very tall male half-orc, completely bald, and slightly unusually got this sort of reddish kind of earthen skin tone to them.
Right. Huh. Hello.
They finish doing their idle animation of cleaning a glass. Put it down. Here we go. Hello. Welcome to the Jester's Pride. What can I get for you?
Question. What's with the cones?
Oh, the combs. Oh,
Yeah.
You must be new. It's a competitive dance competition we run, sort of once a week. Usually around the weekend. I'm sure you must have heard of it. But it's traditional dancing. We take a professional dancer, pair them up with a relative novice, and they're taught to dance around the cone. No sort of freestyle or anything. This is strictly cone dancing.
How very formulaic.
Well,
Can I
some
can I
say.
hit him,
Who are you trying to hit?
Natasha?
I'm a her, actually.
I was going to say,
Oh yeah, sorry.
why don't you try and hit the
Yeah.
half-orc barbarian behind the bar?
Why are you trying to hit me anyways? I'm
You're
striking
bad.
up a conversation with this guy.
Oh, your bad, terrible, awful jokes.
Anyways,
really.
I'm going to carry on this conversation. So, how very formulaic. What's the Red Minotaur room?
Oh, you mean the Crimson Minotaur room?
That, yeah, that one.
You folks are definitely not local. What brings you here?
gives?
Ale.
No reason.
That's
Nothing at all.
fair enough. Well, the house ale is Fulgrim's Folly. Can I draw you a couple of tankards?
But the Crimson Minotaur room.
Oh yes, yeah. One of our more famous rooms. This place is old, built by dwarves a while ago, and that room's always had odd restorative properties. There's always been this sculpture of a.
Does it give you wings?
It is said by staying even one night in the Crimson Minotaur room, the mysterious Red Bull will give you wings.
Yes, I have heard about this.
Excellent.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Anyway, how about those drinks?
Sure.
Goes the keg and places 4 tankards on the bar.
The band must be tired at some point during the competition. I'm a bard and a professional musician. Maybe I could, play a little something for them to dance to, so long as they can keep in time with me.
No. The band are very particular. It's like I say, it's a tradition around these parts. They're not overly keen on newcomers.
Think of it as a
Cutting in
guest
on their
spot.
routine. Trust
I'm
me.
going to take 2 of the tankards and drink them.
That's it's gonna be 4 copper.
Pay them, Badgerac. He likes you.
What? Is it 4 for the 2 or 4 for 4?
4 for the 4.
Well, they're all mine then, yes. Hand him the copper.
Fair enough.
I try and sneak mine away from Badgerac. Sleight of hand.
It's fine. Sleight of hand check. Yes. Badgerac, if you can just roll me a perception check, please, to contest it.
This is a dangerous game.
Ah!
I got 19.
Fuck him up.
So sleight of hand 18 versus perception 19. Badgerac, you do notice Natasha desperately trying to sly one of the.
Am I just like
tankards.
Am I just holding onto the tankard as Badgerac pulls it up, kind of
Yeah,
thing?
pretty much. It's
Yeah.
that sort of. Oh, there appears to be a lady halfling attached to my pint.
Buy your own drink.
Copper for your thoughts.
So the innkeeper looks back to you and goes, So what brings you to Julkoun?
By the Fulgrim's Folly, of course.
Well,
Have you seen a mayor by any chance as well?
the mayor.
A mayor, yeah.
Huh.
Not a mayor. We've had this discrepancy before. And I'm not prepared to go to any stables tonight.
Interesting. Seems
Yeah, I don't
like
fancy eating horse either.
Idiot elf might have finally listened to us for once. Well, if you hear about the mayor, you must know that he's missing.
Missing how?
Missing, as in gone, not here, vanished, absent without letting us know.
It does sound like he's missing then.
Are you the investigators that the treasurer hired?
It feels like we are at this point. Do they need him back alive?
As you're talking, you feel a hand on your shoulder. And a voice says, "Ah, finally, you've arrived." And as you turn around, there is a tall high elf with slick black dark hair and these insanely deep blue sapphire eyes looking down at you. And they hold up a hand to the rest of the room and go, "People of Julkoun, worry not. For the investigators that I have hired to find our beloved mare have arrived."
No, you don't need...
At this point, there is an enormous cheer from everyone assembled. And as the elf is sort of like waving in the adulation, they just lean down to you and say, "Don't say anything, just follow me." And starts to walk out of the tavern.
I wave really slowly to the crowd as I walk backwards, just like laughing in that kind of fuck it attitude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna raise my tankard and down it, put it on the bar, and walk out.
There's another huge cheer at this spectacle of downing. Just make me a let's call this a quick Constitution check.
Oh no.
Yes.
Go wrong.
That's a 9.
That's fine. You're used to dwarven ale, but this stuff is muy caliente. It is a robust beverage that you've just downed.
Excellent.
So the elf sort of beckons the rest of you to follow. And as you get outside, they start making their way across to a smaller building just up the sort of main drag from the tavern with there's a few lights on inside. And they just beckon you in through the door. They say, "I'm terribly sorry about the subterfuge. My name is Galebra Talraidal, and I am the town treasurer of Julkoun. My apologies for dragging you in like this. As you may have gathered, our mayor has gone missing, along with a number of other individuals from the town. And in the mayor's absence, I am the next in line to this particular position of authority."
Right. Missing how?
This is the thing, we don't know exactly. Now, I have asked the guard captain to look into this matter, but she informs me that we simply don't have the resources to carry out an investigation, and I had promised the town that I would send to Daggerford for a contingent of special investigators. Now I notice that there is now a Daggerford militia barge in our harbour, and 4 rather eclectic strangers have arrived in the town. So I would like to make you an offer. If you would be willing to use your expertise to look into this matter, I would be willing to pay. And here's a quick check over a nearby ledger. I would be willing to pay you 1,000 gold if you can find our town's mayor. dead or alive.
Dead or alive? They're saying there's a chance.
It's possible. I mean, Julkoun has been subject to bandit raids for many years now.
Each.
It is 1,000 gold each. Yes, I believe that's.
Nice.
And just double checks the ledger and goes, yes, I believe that is what the town.
What's that you're looking at? What's that you're looking at? Can I
this,
look? Can I have a look?
So the
can I
room
just-
you're in has
can I just-
two large desks and a series of bookshelves along one wall, and the elf has started poring over some fairly heavy leather-bound ledgers on their desk. Make me just close a straight intelligence check, please, Natasha.
Of course, you had to pick my weakest fucking.
So just a
Check.
+5.
Oh, 20 though.
20. You managed to get a glimpse of the book, and it appears to be an accounting ledger, and the entries in it are fairly uniform. It's appears to be for sort of shipments in and out of the town, carriage costs, material costs, and you don't get much more than that before the elf shuts the book closed. And just looks and goes, ha, I'm afraid that is confidential town business. You understand? It's less of a do you understand, and it's more of a you understand.
I guess I do. Yeah. Sure I do.
I like books. They're good for starting fires.
What the Half-Orc said. Starting fires. Yeah.
Understood. They seem a little bit confused.
Yeah.
Well, as I said, 1,000 gold each for the safe return of our mayor, or at the very least, the safe return of his remains.
They have to be whole.
And when does the fire start?
There's no fire.
Yeah. Fire.
There's no fire.
Tell him, Lours. Tell him about the fire.
I'm not overly fond of this fire. Can we not have fire?
I would prefer not to have fire. Certainly, not in the office. If you wish, you could have a fire elsewhere if you think it would help your investigation.
Help with the mayor. Help with the fire. Starting the mayor. I understand completely.
Yeah, God.
The treasurer kind of looks over to Lours as the only other sort of voice of reason that's piped up so far, and just goes, "Is she okay?"
I don't know anymore, I'm afraid. I'll try and stop there from being fire, though.
If you could, at least indoors. We are primarily our town's primary export is lumber and wood-made products. So we take a certain dim view on random fire starting.
I just put my arm around Natasha, sort of down slightly, wherever what height she is.
But if the mayor's dead, do we have to bring the whole body back? I mean, they're heavy.
I really would hate if our beloved mayor had perished, but if you could at least bring proof back, it would give some solace to the town and to his family.
So we need a head. Right, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we start a fire with the head. I've
Well,
got it. It's all coming together now.
Okay, We're getting off track here. We'll bring back whatever we find. I'll bring it back. Let's just
I
get
didn't
back.
say he was gonna be dead. I just said I didn't want to
Wonderful,
have to
thank
carry
you.
the body if he was dead.
I
Yeah.
would
Oh.
suggest that you might want to start by speaking with Captain Frostmail, the guard captain. She should still be in her office over at the guardhouse. It's just across the way, and they point their hand out, and you can see a window looking out onto the main street, and there is a sort of fairly simple stone and timber, but quite sort of fortified, kind of military-looking building directly across the street.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk out and sort of try and usher Badgerac and Natasha out, just kind of like patting the back kind of thing to try and just get them out of the office.
I'm just kind of like staring, fixated on a spot, just wondering when the fire's gonna come.
That's fair. As
I
as
just
you-
wonder-
I just more gently just sort of push.
Fire.
I'm just gonna wander out like I've said nothing wrong, so I don't think I have.
I can leave Badgerac to gently push Natasha.
I'm just scheming away.
As you're doing this, Galabra is sort of kind of nervously taking a seat behind their desk. Just pulls a chair in.
I
grabs...
just sort of mouth "I'm sorry" at her if I can catch her eye.
It's a he, and they nod.
Sorry.
They nod and just sort of wave you off.
As we get in the corridor, I'm just gonna go. What? I just didn't want to have to carry a whole body back. God.
God. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I don't like that
it's not
person.
doing-
Okay. So you find yourself at the entrance to the guardhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Quick knock on the door, and it just swings open. Inside, you can see that there are. It's a sort of fairly large, almost like a sort of meeting hall. There's like benches and tables set up. There's a couple of people having something to eat, and at the far end, you can see a female dwarf with very long, wavy auburn hair, sort of sitting at a table at the head of the room by themselves, and they look up and go, Can we help you?"
Hi, we're looking for a fight. We're looking for someone.
Well,
Or we're looking for somewhere to start a fire. Not sure anymore.
I've none of that fire starting business. But I'm Captain Frostmail. I can help you find someone if you're looking for a guard.
Are we looking for a guard?
Gonna slap Natasha. We're looking for him, you idiot.
We're looking for you! Duh! What's all this talk about fire? We're looking for you!
Right.
Yeah, God.
Come grab a seat. And she beckons you to come over to the table that she sat at.
Gonna walk over and pick up a chair.
She,
Please
Badgerac,
don't.
can you just make me a quick perception check, please?
Oh no. I feel like it's an Always Sunny in Philadelphia moment about it to come on here and
That's a 4.
things.
That's a 4.
Wild card, bitches!
Yeah. You pick up. As you go to pick up the chair, you notice it's like incredibly light.
Yeet.
It's just like you suddenly lift it like a good 2 foot higher than you anticipated based on the size of the chair.
Ooh.
And you,
Just crushes it in his bare hands.
you set it down. It takes your weight like any other chair. The captain looks at you and goes, "Well, I'm Captain Dynan Frostmail, and what brings you 4 strangers to Julkoun?"
The blue-eyed lady told us.
We...
Oh, the treasurer. Oh, don't
Yeah, that guy.
fuss yourself about thinking that's a woman. All elves have that kind of thing when they get that haughty. So you must be the investigators that I asked for.
So it may seem, Although we're usually better at starting fires than talking to people and finding. We usually find people, just in varying states.
On
All
fire.
right. Well, I'll give you the breakdown of how it goes so far.
Please do, yeah, that'd be great.
Over the past few weeks, we've had a number of residents disappear. My predecessor, Captain Keenseeker, Mayor Band has gone missing, and one of the workers from the lumber mill has also vanished. None of them appear to have left any notes or let anyone know they were going anywhere. They've just poof disappeared in the night. Now, so far, I've managed to draw up a few suspects, but as you can see, it indicates to the 3 other guards sitting in the hall, we're somewhat understaffed at the moment, so I am struggling to put together an investigation team. Now, I know most of the folk here. All of the guard is made up of a rotation of the townsfolk. So far, the only suspects I've got are our mutual elf friend, Galebra Talraidal, town treasurer. And they've always been very ambitious. And since the mayor disappeared, they've seemed somewhat resistant to allowing me to pursue an investigation.
Interesting.
We've got Vlarg Bloodbasher, who runs the Jester's Pride. Vlarg was a bandit in a previous life, but since they've taken on the Oath of the Innkeeper, they have sworn off their previous ways. Whilst I don't believe that Vlarg themselves is responsible, I believe it may have something to do with possibly their former compatriots or current enemies. Third suspect I've got on my list is Anna, the gnome that owns the local mill. Now, I don't know if you're aware, but Julkoun's primary export is lumber, and as such the gathering and felling of trees has to be carefully managed so we don't deforest too much of the local area. And she has been facing increasing costs in having to travel further afield to gather raw materials. What piques my interest is production at the mill has increased significantly fairly recently, despite what would be an apparent increase in their overheads. And I've yet to be able to get a straight answer out of her about what's going on there. So, I trust that
Perhaps we can light a fire under her to get this sorted.
I'm deeply concerned about the use of the word fire in your vocabulary. Do you have a speech impediment?
It's a saying. It's a saying. Saying.
Right. Well, just so you know, talk of fire round here doesn't go down well.
Have you people looked at where the
Does it
huts where these people
just
live?
go up in flames?
Dining kind of ignores you and turns directly to Badgerac. Well, the captain's always resided here. His quarters appeared untouched. The mayor apparently never went home the evening of his disappearance. His wife saw him leave the office in the morning. He never came back. And the mill worker appears to have vanished overnight. They had sipped too much of Fulgrim's Folly Vlarg put them up in a room overnight, and apparently they just either must have left during the night or before Vlarg woke up. When I've spoken to him about it, he has no recollection of the young gentleman leaving.
Oh, I meant the people who are the suspects.
Unfortunately, other than making cursory investigations, I haven't had a chance to investigate those individuals. But trust that you special investigators will be able to take a look into this. You can find Galabra most often in the mayor's office, though I suspect you've probably come from there. Vlarg is never away from the Jester's Pride, and Anna, it's not her full name, but it's easier to call her that. I believe she has works late at the lumber mill. Probably still be there doing end of day accounts and such.
I'll go and sharpen my door opening axe then.
Fair enough, intimidation. I can respect that.
What?
Just be aware, special investigators or not, this is still my town, and I would appreciate it if you offer us the respect that we would offer you in pursuing your investigation.
You mean not everyone uses axes to open doors?
Okay, I feel I should specify, doors have handles. You do not need to break them or burn them to get through.
Right.
Do we understand one another? And she's just slowly nodding at you to try and...
You no want me to smash people.
On the nose.
You don't want him to smash them
Wait,
on the nose.
I already saw the mistake in what I said. That is correct. I do not want you to smash people or their doors.
No smash.
Or their noses.
Or their noses.
Or set them on fire.
Or set them on fire. I've never had to be this specific with a set of instructions for outside help before.
Well, what can I say? We're professionals.
Or just face palming off to the side.
We just like to know, some people don't mind us questioning people in our own particular style.
I can appreciate you've got your own style and methods, but if you could understand my point of view on it, is that we don't really have any sort of centralized medical assistance. So if you could avoid breaking the people in my town, I will not have to worry about finding someone to put
What
them
if
back
they
together again.
deserve it? It doesn't matter. So, where do you think we should go first?
Well, I would probably start with the mill. As I say, Anna tends to work late, but she will go home at some point.
Right.
And
Well-
in the interests of time, I would suggest that be the first point of your investigation.
Well, let's stop milling around here. Let's go to the mill. Let's go to the mill. Let's go to the mill. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Let's go to the mill.
Everyone
Yeah.
listening takes 1 point of psychic damage.
Yes. Naomi.
That's not canon.
What if
don't-
we weren't
don't.
listening?
You know what?
You take damage anyway.
I'll be honest, everyone listening in chat takes 1 point of psychic damage. Everyone listening in game has grown used to this.
I'm unconscious.
Alright, cool. So, to the mill!
Okay. Even though the sun is setting, there's still enough light to see what's going on around town, and after a few minutes of looking around the place, you can see that there's this sort of main track leads away from the river out towards the sort of northern end of town. And following that for a bit, you find the lumber mill, signposted as such. Big sign says Julkoun Lumber Mill. It's a large, low, sort of like warehouse type building. It's huge, sort of like barn doors are still open. And there's lights on inside. As you look in, you can see timber in various stages of being cut and prepped and shaped into beams and planks. There's a couple of carts that are sort of loaded with very neatly stacked cut lengths. There's huge saws and machinery around, and towards the side, just off to the side of the sort of main prep space, you can see there is what looks like someone has just sort of like bolted a smaller house into the side of the building. There's lights coming from inside, and you can see a figure moving back and forth inside. There is a door facing out into the main room, and the door is painted up with some very, very fine-looking lettering that says owner's office, and underneath is an incredibly long name that reads Kelniana Niniana Kikarin Triniana.
Do any of us understand what that means? Or do I?
The lettering is common,
Oh.
so you can all read this with varying degrees of literacy.
And walk up and go, yeah, there's one, there's that.
As you approach the door, it swings open, and initially, Badgerac, you see nothing. But then you notice about sort of 3 feet off the floor is this short female gnome, curly brown hair, wearing this kind of like dark pinstriped 3-piece suit, like a ruffled white neck piece. And they look up and go, "Can I help you?"
Yeah.
Well, how can I help you? Because I'm kind of busy.
Or we want to know what happened to the missing worker of yours.
Ugh, that idiot. Come in, I'm not standing on the doorstep and shouting at you.
Oh, good. Have you got a stool or something to be easier?
Yes, there's a couple over there, and she sort of waves over to the side of the office, and there's a couple of like sort of like unfinished like prototype stools going on. They've got these sort of very odd kind of looking legwork to them, and she walks back around a large desk. You lose sight of her for a second. The desk is actually taller than she is, and then there's the sound of a couple of like grunts as she hops up onto a footstool and then onto an actual stool so she can sit and look over the desk. Very well. What do you want to know?
Do you know where he went, or was it he? I don't remember.
Nope, I have no idea what happened to that young man. His name was. She checks over some notes. Nigel Cole.
Nigel. Sorry. turn it
Yes, Nigel Porter Cole. That's the name that I've got on the accounts. That's the name I've got on payroll.
When did he go missing? Before or after the mayor?
Before, I assume.
So this just to shorten this bit. So this NPC guy.
Yes.
When did you notice he was missing?
Did you literally refer to as a person as NPC in game?
He's
Nigel Porter Cole,
He's
NPC.
Oh, okay.
Well, the first I was informed
Love
that
everything,
he
mate.
was missing was when our foreman said they'd failed to turn up for work. I assumed that they were drunk and had simply gone missing. To be honest, I have far more important things to worry about than one missing employee. There will be others.
Why will there be others? Why did you say that? That sounds really ominous.
Okay, you're clearly not from round here. There are only 2 employers in this town. Myself and the tavern. They're not at the tavern, and they're not here. If anyone in town wants a job, like the young lad that I've just taken on in the furniture workshop, they're going to come here.
This
Yeah,
furniture
specs up.
workshop guy, has he always lived here?
Yes, he's barely 18. Lived here his whole life. Again, start shuffling through the papers. Rowan Tree, boy's name is.
Do you think he murdered him to take his job?
Well, I highly doubt it. Rowan Tree's been hired as a craftsman. He builds our chairs and tables.
What did Nigel do?
Cole was a lumberjack. He was responsible for felling trees. 2 equally skilled opportunities, but different skills nonetheless.
I see.
I mean, if you want to speak to him, I'm sure Rowan Tree's still in the workshop. That boy works harder than anyone I've ever seen. He's usually here before I get in the morning. He's here when I leave in the evening.
That
Doubts he
sounds
sleeps.
great. Yeah, let's go talk to him. Yeah,
Fine. Very well.
let's
Be my guest. The furniture workshop is
talk
just
to
next
him.
door.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk to him. Yeah.
Okay.
Shall we?
Let's
Anna-
go. Let's
Anna
go
kind of-
talk to him.
Anna kind of looks over at Lours and goes, "Is she all right?"
I just sort of mouth, "I'm sorry," at her. Just on behalf of Natasha.
Right.
I don't know if she sees it. Natasha, though.
Maybe a rest in the Crimson Minotaur room. I'd recommend it.
Yes.
You seem
Yeah.
fatigued.
I feel like giving her more energy is dangerous,
Well,
particularly
I've-
with wings. Please don't say.
I was just thinking, where did they get all these trees from to make all this timber? I don't see many trees getting cut near here.
make me an insight check.
Oh God. She's lying about the trees.
That's a 13.
As soon as you question where the trees are coming from, Anna's demeanour changes. It's subtle, but she sort of leans back in her chair. Says, "We've always harvested them from the designated points that we're supposed to collect them from." Why?
But just like when we arrived, I didn't see many trees getting cut down, and you seem to have a lot of lumber. So
Most of the trees here have been replanted. If we were to simply harvest all the ones that were close and easy to get to, then we wouldn't have many trees left around the town. We have to travel quite a way away from the town to get trees that we're supposed to be cutting down.
yeah, right. How far away?
Away from here.
Can you tell us where so we can go and check?
Wouldn't recommend checking this late at night. It's at least an hour or so's travel, and it seems to be getting dark outside. It could be dangerous.
I think we'll be fine.
Maybe we can.
I
light
did
a
the
fire
sharpen
to
my-
light-
Yeah, I did the sharpen
Light
my
a
door
fire
opening
to light
axe
the
and
way.
everything. Yeah.
Well,
Dear
well,
God.
I'll show you. And they hop back down from behind the desk, and there's a sort of local area map on the wall. And they say, well, we're here,
Right.
and the lumber site is here. You travel north, away from the misty forest, and towards that point there, marked with the red circle.
Right. So we go to the red circle, we start a fire, we find the mayor, we come back. Agreed?
I mean,
Sure.
is the mayor likely to be there? Is
No.
that what we're saying right now?
No.
What we're saying right
that's
now is that Honky really wants to start a fire. I mean, Natasha really wants to start a fire.
But no, we should go. Like that's where this person's getting all their trees from. Is what they're saying.
Yep.
Well, we
definitely-
can go there and see where the
Definitely
root
getting all
of
the
the
trees from
issue
there.
is. We can see where the root of the
Okay.
problem is.
Oh,
Ah.
Mm.
Can I server mute her? No.
So if we head that way, we
Rock.
won't see tracks coming from anywhere else. Then just
nope. There will only be tracks going out that way. That's where our timber folk go to harvest the trees. They go there and only there. Strong. Old
going
oak
with-
trees.
go look at her like sternly. Are you lying to me?
Yes.
Make me an intimidation check.
Dear God.
Oh, can I make a persuasion check? Is this good cop, bad cop?
Yeah, go for it. Why not?
That's
Fuck
a
yeah.
21.
I mean, that's a 21 intimidation check, so
Nice.
Cool, and a 30
30.
persuasion.
30?
30
Yeah.
for
That's just
persuasion.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Only
What
good
a
cop, bad cop.
This
I
is
don't
good
know
cop,
who
bad
they're
cop.
more scared of.
Under this,
Natasha's convinced him that he's his own mother at the moment. I'm your mother.
under this
Your mother.
overpowering good cop, bad cop display, Anna immediately crumbles and goes, all right, fine. I've been harvesting from south of the river, okay? It's closer. There's no travel costs. I don't have to pay for guards to guard the caravans. We can get the lumber in, and for some reason, it's growing really strong, really fast, really light. It is the best timber we've ever had, and we...
Did the man know? Is this where you killed him?
Did
No.
you guys, lay off the guy. Lay off the guy.
Did you do it?
Now, sweetie. It's okay if you did it. And it's okay if you told us you
Dear
did
God,
it.
what is happening?
It's okay if you know something as well. You can tell us. You can trust us. I promise that axe, it can be all for show if you're just honest with us.
All right, fine. And you see her move her hand back across the map. And her hand had previously been strategically placed over just south of Julkoun, and you can see that there is another red ring just to the south, just across the river. Lours and James, can you both make me a quick history check, please?
Oh no. Out of the way, notification. 11.
Okay. Between the two of you, you recognise enough of the sort of the hint of terrain, because this sort of the map cuts off fairly shortly after the point at which it's been circled. But based on your sort of general awareness of where you are in terms of like regional geography, you reckon that Julkoun is located on the northern tip of the Misty Forest, the same forest where you put a stop to Archdruid Tathviel's work.
I will relay this as best I can.
Oh, Natasha, your friend won't like that.
Oh no. They really won't, will they? Such a shame. Guess we're gonna have to start a fire.
No fires.
What do you mean, Lours?
Kind of backhander. Just like round the ear.
You can certainly try. That'd be just an unarmed
Is it
strike.
unarmed strike? That would be a 15.
15. Natasha, what's your armor class?
Hold on.
I do not intend it to do damage.
That's fine.
Just to clarify.
15.
Yeah, he slaps you around the back of the head.
No fires.
Ah! Ah!
Worth it.
At this point, Anna is looking increasingly nervous. Look, You know-
Anyway.
you're not going to tell anyone, are you? Only, like I said, there's just us and the tavern that employ people around here. Like, a lot of people's jobs depend on this place.
How much are you willing to keep our silence for, huh?
I mean, what would it cost?
I don't know, Badgerac. What do you think it would cost, huh?
I don't know. I think that court mother lady friend of yours would be really annoyed if we didn't tell her.
I think she would be absolutely devastated if we didn't tell her. Why don't you pick up your thinking axe right now and just have a think about what we
Oh my
might need to do?
God. I'll just put this axe right down here on the table.
Well, look, I
Oh, excuse me.
I can certainly I can get you money. I can do that. You probably wouldn't be until the morning, but I could
Oh,
arrange
until morning. Do you hear that, Badgerac?
arrange a charitable
Give
donation
your
to
axe a little
investigation.
bounce on your shoulder while you're thinking. Just, let them see it glint
Are
and
we-
shine.
I'll just look across at these two. Are we seriously shaking her down for cutting a few corners here? Is this what's happening?
All I'm thinking is maybe we should talk
I'm not
to
looking toward this right now.
the handsome half-orc in the tavern there
I think
And
we
see-
might need to have a word with them.
and see if he knows anyone that's been near this forest.
I think that's an excellent idea, Badgerac.
And
We'll be in touch.
Very well. I'll be here more or less from first light tomorrow morning.
I'm
Right.
sorry.
And I make my way out.
I just keep apologising for them everywhere I go now.
I didn't do anything wrong that time.
As you make your way back out into the workshop, you are aware of the furniture workshop attached to the side, and you can hear the sound of tools from there. And as you're walking past, you suddenly hear a scream. And as you turn around at the sound of this, there is a loud crash as the door sort of swings into the frame and then falls forward. And standing in front of you in the main mill space, having seemingly just destroyed its way through the door, is a very angry and frantically moving table.
Sorry, I think I may have misheard you there. The table is rampaging through.
There is an angry table, sort of looking around like it's got that sort of quick twitching motion like someone's cornered a wild animal.
Well, okay then.
Right. Are there werewolves about too?
Oh Christ!
Ah,
You know what? That's three puns on your loyalty card. You can have inspiration.
Stamped for inspiration, maybe.
Stamp for
I'm just going to
inspiration.
say,
don't encourage it.
look here, Natasha.
Yes.
There are no werewolves, but there is a wardrobe bear. So, yeah. Anyway,
As you're saying this, the table turns to face you and somehow snarls.
Is the table hostile? That's
Make
a
me a
sentence
nature
I never
check.
thought I'd say. Oh dear. That would be a 7.
7. You're not familiar with the general behaviour and mannerisms of furniture, but you are
Damn these wild
familiar.
tables.
You are familiar with a wild animal getting ready to attack.
Okay.
Are we
Guys, I
attacking the
think we're
table?
in trouble.
Are we attacking the table?
I'm going to take a swing
I
at
think
it with
it's
my
about
axe.
to attack us.
Fair enough. Can you all please roll initiative?
Hooray!
Wow.
Let's
Wow.
get some combat music on the go.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh,
Okay.
boy. Nice.
Rolled a nat 20. I was like,
Oh,
James did
right.
quite well there. Fucking Trump.
Gonna...
Donald did.
Okay, so 2 seconds because we've got reduced numbers this week, so I need to just scoop that up. Okay. So let's go down the list. Badgerac,
I have an amazing 5.
that's fine, but you also gain a surprise round on this. So you'll be
Nice.
going
Because we're
first.
wailing on this
You'll be
fucking
going
table.
first regardless for initiating it. James. Still there, buddy?
He got a 23.
23, thank you.
You're welcome.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yeah, you
Yes.
just through a
Now.
little bit quieter. Just bump your volume up at this end, see if you can't deal with that. Please don't shout. Laws.
12.
Mighty 12. And finally, Natasha.
24
24.
That's
Nice.
absolutely outrageous.
with a nat 20.
Oof.
Nice.
Tidy.
Toity. Sega.
Okay, so Badgerac, you're up first with your surprise round. What are you attacking
Just take a
it?
swing at it with the axe, yeah.
Cool. That's
Attack me
fine.
a table!
Flip the
That's-
table.
That is absolutely fine. Roll to hit the table, please.
An 11.
11. As you bring your axe down, it just buries into the surface of the table, but doesn't appear to like go much more than maybe a quarter inch into the surface.
Right.
Anything else you want to do?
Yes, I'm going to hit it again.
Fair enough. Go again.
Table! That's another 11 to hit.
Another 11. Again, you've just sort of dented like the surface. You're really knackering the finish on this thing, but not really doing any significant damage to the frame underneath.
Clipping the lacquer on it.
Yeah, that's it. You've done some serious scuff work on that.
Yeah.
Right. Anything else from
Certainly
yourself?
No, that's it.
Okay then. Right. So, top of the round then. Natasha, you're up first. James. you're on
Cool.
deck.
I'm gonna set fire to stuff, but not just any fire. It's fairy fire, baby. Fairy fuego.
Cool. Remind me of Fairy Fire, please.
If the table fails a dexterity saving throw, objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. I also throw a 20-foot cube of. I'll pick violet light this time. Why not?
Okay, so it's a dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw on a table.
Things to learn as a DM. Dexterity of a table. What are they looking to beat?
16.
16. They try to leap out the way, but they fail. They are now
Cool.
illuminated in this incandescent violet light.
So all of you now, if you have an attack roll against it, you all have advantage, and I end my turn.
That's pretty good.
Excellent.
Is that one round, or was that permanent?
It's it's concentration up to 1 minute.
Nice. That's sweet. I might actually use some spells. Or just transfer control from it.
Okay. Anything else from yourself, Natasha?
No, that's great. I end my turn.
Excellent. So, James, you're up. Lours, you're on deck.
Cool.
Look. An attack. A rapier 21 hit.
21 hits. The rapier comes in and just manages to connect to one corner of the surface. Roll for damage, please.
At this point, 10, because I don't think he's actually taken any other damage, has he?
This table, aside from, an improper use of an axe on a fairly high-end table, there's no real damage going on there, so no. So that's 10, is it?
Yep.
Excellent. So yeah, you
attack
managed to slash it, and this time the rapier comes in and you actually manage to cut a deep sort of groove into one side of that. You can see sort of the wood starting to part away from the main body of it.
It's okay, it'll buff out.
Okay, do 25 to hit. Next
Yeah,
again.
that hits. Is that a nat 20 or a dirty 20?
30.
Dirty. Still good though, Jesus.
Yeah, and 5 damage, and then 27 to hit.
Yep.
And that is a natural 20.
Ooh, crit.
So yeah, so that's hang on. 18 plus my 8. So that's 26 damage.
God damn.
It's got to be a dead table now.
Surely this is wood chip now.
Yeah, you come in with just this mad flurry of rapier strikes that you just cut off the legs and just slice the top of the table in half, and this just pile of what is now effectively firewood just crumples to the floor.
Wow. Nice.
That is powerfully mullered. It is done. We are
It is an X
out
table.
of initiative.
Nice. I did jack shit.
Well, I can congratulate myself for killing a table. So, today's not been a complete waste.
This
Yeah.
is
Does it-
an achievement.
As it's dead, does it stay as a table? Does it change form or anything?
No.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask that. Actually.
No, it turns out
Um,
just a table.
No, from what you can, I was going to say, you look at it and it's just a pile of disassembled table bits.
So,
So
is if we look in the furniture room, is that dude that was working in there alive, or is he dead?
As you look inside, you can see just sort of steadily getting back up to their feet is a very young-looking human. Curly hair. Got like a carpenter's apron on, and they look out and go, "Well, better make another one." And
Why did you attack us with a table?
Starts getting to work on the table.
So he's not surprised that his table just attacked him and us.
He seems completely nonplussed about the whole thing.
does this person look okay, or are they like? Do they seem like they have their faculties about them, or are they in like a trance or something?
Make me a medicine check, please.
Well, actually, I'm not bad at that. Oh no, apparently I am. 13.
13. You take a look at them. You notice that the tone is, when they've they're speaking is just very, very, very calm, very monotone, and they look exhausted. Their eyes are sunken, their lips are like chapped and dry. Their hands are like worked to the point at which they might be bleeding, but you can't tell in amongst all of the sawdust and splinters.
Can I try and move this person away from their workspace? Like drag them back to see if they continue to try and work?
Yeah, sure.
Or can I try and prevent them from working?
Yeah, sure. Make me a strength check, please.
Oh dear. That would be a 5.
So you sort of not trying to damage them or anything. You just sort of grab them by the shoulders and try to pull them away, and you feel like their entire body tenses and resists. They sort of stop working briefly just to deal with this, and they sort of sway back towards you. And then, as soon as you let go, they sort of return to their position and just carry on working, shaping up a new set of legs for another table.
Very neat.
Does it look like? Is there like a? I know, sort of. Actually, do I have this thing from magic? I'm trying to just figure out if there's like an air of magic. Can I use detect magic just to see if there's something like controlling them?
Yeah, certainly. Go for it.
I'll use it as a spell slot rather than a ritual.
Okay.
Detect the presence of magic aura in 30 feet, if any.
Yeah, certainly.
And the school, apparently.
That's
Is
fine.
there anything?
So you take a moment, you move your hands in an arcane and druidic manner. You mutter the arcane and druidic words of detect magic. Can you just make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh no. Saving throw.
Yeah.
That would be a 12.
Yeah. You just about managed to keep your feet. The rest of you just see sort of Lours take a step back, like someone's just slapped him in the face. Lours, it takes you a moment for your eyes to sort of readjust, but when they do, the entire workshop space is lit up like a Christmas tree. Every piece of timber in there is giving off this almost blinding, sort of like violet light, which you recognise as.
Is that because of the
necromantic
fairy
magic.
fire? Oh,
No,
okay.
it is definitely different to the fairy fire.
Oh no.
It does. Yeah, it doesn't illuminate it. Yeah, no.
But yeah, it is on everything. It's coming off some timber. It is coming off some prepared bits of furniture, some chairs that are just glowing through your magic vision. This kid, like they are giving off this purple glow.
Oh, the person themselves as well as.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, okay.
Everything in the room is fused with that. About the only things that aren't currently trying to completely blind you are the rest of your party and the tools that this guy is using.
I will relay this to whomever is closest, and quietly, in case any of the other furniture attacks. Which is, again, something I never thought I'd say.
Yeah.
No one wants to get attacked by a bedrobe.
Do you know, Lours, do you know what's really good at dealing with wood?
I beg you stop.
It's a fucking fire!
Is anyone thinking that this might be sapient pearwood?
I don't even know what that is. I just see wood that's attacking us. I kinda wanna just set it on fire.
I'm kind of coming around to the fire idea right now, but I'm still not going to go ahead.
I think we should just go and see where they're getting this wood from.
Yeah, I think we need to go see where this wood's coming from. This is bad. Like this person is glowing as well.
I mean, I'm all up for setting fire to the things.
I go
and cutting down
to
trees,
the corner of the room. Can I sneak away to the corner of the room?
Yep, yeah. Just describe what you want to try and do.
I want to start a fire without anybody noticing.
Can I try?
Until
can
we
I do
leave.
this?
Okay, how are you starting a fire?
Well, it was always burning since the world's been turning. But
Come on.
My God.
it was right there.
He's already dead.
But
What do I have in my equipment? I must have something in my equipment. I have a lamp. I'll just like knock it over or something with oil.
We. Oh.
so you've got a lamp with oil. I'm assuming that the lamp has not been lit in your backpack this entire time because that feels like a frigging hazard. So do you have anything that you can use to start a fire, like a tinderbox or?
I think I've got.
I think
a
it's on
tinderbox
an.
as well.
Do you have a
Tinder
tinderbox?
thingy,
Can
isn't
I
it?
like?
I have a tinderbox if I
I
can.
think
lend
it.
my
Yeah, I
tinder-
think
Can
we've all got fucking
Hey,
tinderboxes,
hey,
though.
Hey James, can I borrow your tinderbox for a second?
Of course, I have no idea why you want to use it.
Once again, can I hear this?
I just wanna get my lamp sorted. That's all, and then I whisk away into the shadow of the corner.
Okay, so
Oh,
if you can
God,
make me a sleight of hand check, Laws, if you want to contest that with a perception check, please.
With what? Sorry, I did. I
Sorry,
assumed
line
perception.
broke up a little again. If you can contest that with a perception check, please.
Did you say I had inspiration?
You do have inspiration, yes.
Lovely, cool. I'm gonna try it
21.
again. Fuck! 18.
Yes.
Yeah, Laws, you notice that Natasha has snuck away to a corner of the room to try and start a fire.
Can I?
All right, cool.
can I
Then
get
I'm
my
gonna
customer
try and
to stop her?
deceive Laws and tell him that I'm not doing anything. I'm just taking a rest because this wood is tiresome.
Yeah, no, he's
Oh,
already
can I-
he's already sussed what's going on.
Oh god damn it!
I kind of wanted you to deceive me. Then it's like, yeah, she's clearly not starting a fire with that tinderbox. Can I stop her?
You can certainly try. How do you want to stop her?
Natasha? Are you literally just trying to start a fire?
Yeah, I've already like got the flask
Okay.
of oil ready to pour in the corner. Like the lamp isn't really anything. I was gonna like throw the lamp over and be like, "Oops, I dropped my lamp."
I'm just gonna try and like, if she's already started the fire, just like pat it out, or if she hasn't, just stop her from striking the flint or whatever it is she's doing
now. I'm kind of pouring right now.
Because it would have took me a bit of time
the
to get
oil.
Yeah, I'd say based on the rolls, you've caught her pouring the oil out and getting the tinderbox ready. The fire hasn't started yet, but it's obvious what she's up to.
I thought we'd established that it'd always been started since the wood had been turning. Is that not true?
Next person to quote "We didn't start the fire" gets a random D damage.
Okay.
I will pick a dice at random and assign you.
20d6.
I will pick
Fireball.
one of my
100.
many dice at random, and you will take that damage.
Okay.
Pick the kill dice.
So I've got a puddle of oil, and I just look over at Laws and go, "Hi."
Oh no.
Oh. Hi. Well, what brings you to
Please
this?
no fire. We
corner
don't know
of the-
who. We don't know if any of this is alive or.
Okay, and my hand slips and I cast prestidigitation on the oil.
To what end?
I can instantly light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire.
Yeah, it's on fire now, and we're going to take a break.
For God's sake.
So we're going to take a break there. We'll be back. We'll be back in 10 minutes to deal with this shenanigans.
It's gonna spread all over the place by then. Fuego!
Okay, so time is going to pause in the world of fantasy and magic and dangerous tables, but we in the real world are going to take a break for 10 minutes, get some more drinks, and then come back and deal with Natasha's sudden bout of pyromania.
Fire.
We'll see you all in 10 minutes. And we're back. So, picking up where we left off before the break, Natasha has managed to start a small fire in the corner of the furniture workshop.
Can you craft and snuff it out?
It is oil, so at this point it's already spread quite quickly to some of the nearby timber. Lours, your detect magic is still active, and you immediately see the illumination around the around Rowan Tree, the furniture crafter, has immediately disappeared. And you just look down at the hands and go, ah! Ow! Oh! Whoa! And immediately lean forward as their entire body just sort of slumps with exhaustion. And then they just look around and go, oh! Oh no, fire! Fire! Oh! God, Miss Anna's going to kill me. Wait. Who are you, lass?
Is the fire now spreading really quickly around here?
The fire has started to spread. It's already caught like a small pallet of wood in the corner.
Okay, I'll explain outside and I'll just try and drag the person out.
No, we need to like, you can feel their entire body is kind of going like limp. They're just about managing to hold themselves upright.
I will drag them or carry them.
That's fine. And they're sort of pointing back into the workshop, going, "There's blankets, throw blankets."
Fire blankets.
Clearly delirious whispers. Come on, let's get everybody out of here. There's a fire. It's safety. Let's go. Let's go.
Can I go back and try and dice it whatever blanket he's referring to?
Yeah. Can you just make me an investigation check, please?
Oh God. Yay. That would be an 11.
That's fine. You managed to find, hanging off the wall, just to the side of the workshop, there are a couple of like heavy like tarps, and fairly easily you managed to throw it over the pallet and just sort of pat the fire out. And the room's sort of got a fair amount of smoke in it, and so as you sort of are confident that the fire is now taken care of, you start to make your way out. As you do, you notice there's a small stack of timber next to the door, and there are these little patches on it of this sort of like violet fungus growing off of it.
Does this look like the sort of stuff that we saw in the name of the wood that I've forgotten with the Archdruid?
It's nature check, please.
That's a 9. Damn you, Stoutwood rolls.
It's definitely the same colour.
Excellent.
You've still got some in your backpack, and a few moments of searching, you managed to pull it out and just compare the two, and you can see there's definitely the same shade of purple going on there.
Is the fire out now? By the way,
the fire is contained.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll reserve my anger for Natasha at the moment to have a look at this fungus.
Okay, cool. What are the rest of you up to?
Fumbling around.
I'm skipping my way back outside with the crazy exhausted guy.
That's
and
fair.
I say, wait, you don't remember us?
The last thing I remember was coming into work 3 days ago.
3 days, you say?
I
Do you
remember
remember the table attacking us?
Yes. He sort of looks around and goes, "Oh, oh no," and just sees like the remains of the table in the main mill area.
From that tone, does it sound like they did this on purpose? Like they knew that the table was gonna come before I start quizzing them.
So mate, make me an insight check. Whilst he's doing that, Badgerac, what are you up to? What are you up to while this is going on?
I'm just, so we're outside now. They put the fire out.
You put the fire out. You're in the main mill building that the workshop joins onto.
I'll just have a look around at any of the other wood and see if I can see anything that looks weird.
Okay. Lours, what was your insight check?
That would be a natural 1 for a total of 6.
Natural 1. This guy seems confused as hell. You can't tell whether it's exhaustion or what. You just cannot get a read on their intention at all. Badgerac, as you look around, like most of the other timber seems perfectly normal. But you do notice that the remains of the table has now started sprouting these weird little, like, purple mushroom caps that definitely weren't there a few minutes ago.
Do I notice these as well?
I'm just going to point them out to people. Is this normal?
That doesn't look right.
Did I do that? Did the fire? Not me. Did the fire do that? Do we know, guys?
Did the fire do that? Or is it?
You're fairly certain that the fire didn't make it out to the table. So at this point, is the intention still to head on to the site that you found on the map?
The
woodland.
She's actually, yes, the magical one.
I'm inclined to agree.
Okay. So by this point, it is getting quite dark. The various lights from the different buildings in the town are fairly illuminated. Are you going to do anything with the exhausted worker who's just had his world shattered?
I was going to take him somewhere where he can rest.
That's fine. Well, you know that you've got the guardhouse nearby, and you've got the tavern as well.
I will take him to the tavern and pay for a room, I guess. Just tell him to stay there until we come back.
That's fine. Vlog immediately looks at him and goes, "Woof! Looks like you work your hands to the bone. I can kind of see the bone there."
Yeah.
Sit yourself down, lad. We'll get you some food, and I'll see if just shouts across the bar. There, have we got a cleric?
I'll cast Cure Wounds on him before I leave.
That's fine. Roll for Cure Wounds, please.
Roll. That heals 9 points.
Okay. You immediately see the wounds on his hand just close up, and like a couple of splinters just kind of like pop out of the skin as the various cuts and stuff start to close over. Still looks exhausted. It's very great. Very sort of a little bit more with it now, and just looks like thank you.
I go up to him and go, "You're lucky they might scar. That look great."
Yeah. I guess it's a risk of the job. This guy seems completely just glad to be like sat down at this point.
He's a little wooden, isn't he?
Right, I'm getting random dice.
The threats begin.
Okay. So yeah, it is pretty dark, and from what you could remember from the map, the point you're heading to is just south over the river that you came in by. The barge captains kind of returned. They've sort of made themselves up a bunk on the barge itself, and with a not too great amount of persuasion and sort of grumbling about waking me up in the middle, just angry that he's been woken up from trying to get ready for bed. Agrees to sort of ferry you up the river a little bit further and across the other side, and just wait for you. So as you make your way off to the other side, obviously it is at this point very dark, so you are going to need some light sources.
I will just do produce flame in my hand and make like a little torch.
Does anyone have any oil for a lamp? I misplaced mine.
I mean, I have dark vision. Would that mean I don't?
Yeah, is it completely dark or is it?
It's because we're drawing into sort of winter at this point. It's fairly cloudy. There's not a huge amount of light. Dark vision will help, but it's not on the level of like night vision at this point.
I'm just gonna light my torch.
Yeah.
Can I with prestidigitation? Can I actually make a small light thing in my hand?
If you're gonna say it, you gotta say it right. It's press your dick and taters.
That too. Because it's like a harmless sensory effect, such as a shower of sparks or something.
Oh god. It's gonna be sparks flying around.
Or I could just light my lamp.
I was going to say you can use it to light a torch.
I will light my lamp.
That's fine. Okay.
I have a torch, so I'll just light that. I have a tinderbox and that.
So, suitably illuminated, you start to make your way deeper into the woods. As you go, Lours and James, can you both make me nature checks, please?
You ask me, you cut out in a random time.
Sorry, I seem to be having some trouble with my mic this evening. Can both James and Lours make me nature check? Oh god damn it! Can both James and Lours make
18.
me nature checks, please?
15.
Fantastic. So, Lours, you notice as you're going along, illuminated by the produced flame that you've got, is the more you follow this sort of path, you can see that there are like cart tracks, and to either side around the base of the trees is this ever denser collection of these like purple capped mushrooms. James, you notice exactly the same, but mingled in with the night air is this. It hits you slowly at first, but the further you travel, the more intense it becomes. Is this very sickly, sweet smell of decay. And after maybe about 20 minutes of walking through, this is becoming very, very pungent to the point at which the rest of the party are starting to notice it now. And as you make your way further, you come to a more open section of forest. There is all across the floor is this now very dense network of like fungi and mosses and molds, all coloured with this weird like purple hue, the same as you saw in the workshop. And as you go more into this sort of like clearing space, you can see that the forest floor is this mixture of like half-rotted plants and leaf litter, along with signs of this same sort of purple infestation going on. What all of you notice as the clearing becomes more obvious is directly in the centre is this like nest of sort of writhing and gently moving tentacles, the center of which is occupied by this enormous fungal growth. It's this like huge boulder-sized thing. It's just covered in patches of like lichen and these little purple cap mushrooms. And as you approach you can see at the front of it there's this thin line that starts to peel open, and you can see it's this enormous mouth that is just opening and closing very gently with this sort of slow breathing motion.
That's not a good sign.
The floor breathing, or is it me?
That's nasty.
Are we standing on this?
Oh God, are we standing on this?
Make me an investigation check, please.
Okay.
Both of us or Natasha?
Both,
Sorry.
either. Whoever wants to check if you are standing on this.
God,
Oh,
that
12.
sucks.
12.
Ooh, 20.
Oh, go with his.
Natasha, you kind of look around and you're slightly concerned that this stuff might stain your boots.
Ah!
Lours, you can see that there is this finer network of much thinner, almost like string-like tentacles sort of making their way underneath the decomposing bits on the floor. And they're all sort of gently twitching. And as you sort of follow them back to this like growth in the centre, you can see there's almost like this sort of wave that kind of travels where they all sort of twitch in sequence, and it's sort of Mexican waves kind of like back to the centre, sort of in time with this breathing motion.
I'm assuming this doesn't look like a natural part of this forest, so just to assume this point right now.
Very unnatural. Make me a nature check.
17.
17. Yeah. This thing strikes you as being alien or foreign or just not of this place.
Fuck.
What you also notice now is as this like mouth is kind of opening and closing, every time it opens you can see just inside of it, catching this with a bit of a glint off the torchlight, is some very odd looking sticks. Now, the longer you look at it, you realise they're not sticks. They're bones.
Oh,
and then
good.
on, like, the
Good.
third time the mouth opens, you can see what looks to be a skull in there.
Great.
Do you have any oil? Anyone got any oil?
Nope.
Anyone at all?
Double checking. I don't think
yeah,
so.
I don't think I do.
Okay, bye.
I mean, I have a
I've got horseshoes.
torch. I have a torch with some kind of burning thing with it, but I don't think it's oil.
No, this is an American torch. What you've got is a stick with a rag on the end of it that will burn for an hour.
Great.
So what you could do is, I've got 10 of them as well. We could light one and throw it in its mouth and see whether it pisses it off. Like when Steve Irwin used to go around and stick his thumb up the asses of animals. That might have been South Park.
Yes, the legend of the famous druid and naturalist Stephen Irwin of Melbourne.
Well, I think we know what happened to the missing people. I'm also very much on board with fire on this thing right now.
Oh, now you're on board with fire.
If only you
Now it
hadn't
sounds
wasted
like
all
we
that
need
oil.
it.
I'm going to throw a
Hello.
reduced flame at it. just
Okay.
to get this over. I don't like the look of this thing.
If you can go ahead and make me, what was it, a dex?
It's attack.
Oh, it's just a range spell attack. Yep, go for it.
24.
Are you aiming into the mouth? Okay. So yeah, you
Probably
sort of,
unwise, but whatever.
you sort of watch the mouth sort of opening and closing, and just remind me, what's the range on that?
That is 30 feet.
Okay, so that's fine. So at this point, you're probably about 20 feet away. You chuck it, and you time it just right. It lands inside the mouth as it's closing. And as soon as it lands in there, you hear the hiss of the flame reacting with whatever the inside of this mouth is made of.
Doom. It's made of doom.
Yeah.
The mouth immediately springs open, and you hear this horrific screeching sound on there, and you feel this sort of pulse under your feet, as almost like like you've stepped in a load of snakes. How much damage does Produce Flame do?
I will roll for that. That is 7.
7
damage.
Okay. As this pulse travels out, you hear a sort of creaking sound behind you. And as you turn to look at it, you see 2 of the trees near to the clearing start to move and shift and almost step towards you. I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative again, please.
Hooray!
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 That's ass.
Oh dear.
Oh, okay, that's a good start. Strong start. Okay, cool. 20.
Oh, eat shit.
So, sorry, 20 for Natasha. Badgerac?
11.
11. James?
8.
And Lours?
7.
7.
It's going swimmingly.
Fantastic.
I don't know why that was so funny. I'm so excited about a fucking 7.
It's going better than you might think.
Oh.
Okay.
Is this thing the shouting "feed me"? Because that's the vibe I'm getting off this thing right now.
You know what? You wouldn't be a million miles away from that vibe.
2 more.
Oh, that's the fucking thing. I can think the name.
So
Audrey
so
2.
again, describe this situation. It feels like an Audrey 2 kind of vibe, but like
It's
Audrey
yeah.
too,
So
yeah.
it's the you've got Little Shop of Horrors directly in front of you, about 20 feet away. And
Okay.
about 10 feet behind you, to the left and to the right, 2 trees have just sort of stepped forward. Their bark is like covered with the same like weird purple.
how
the
far away
black
did you
eyes.
say? 10 foot.
Horrors.
About 10 foot behind you, to the left and to the right.
Other plant-based retail horrors are available.
Other plant-based retail horrors are available.
left?
Yes.
So we're in a crossroads of doom. Is that what you're telling me?
You're in a tripod of plant-based shenanigans.
Fuck you know.
Is there anything
Well.
above me? Can I just fly away?
And
Leave these
Come
trees.
on, fuckers!
Bye.
All
I'll
right,
sing
fine.
tale of your deeds.
Cool. Do you know what? I'm gonna cast Bane.
Cool. What are we
Nice.
casting on?
The left, the right, and then Audrey 2, motherfucker looking ass over there.
Audrey 2, motherfucker.
Or other
Okay.
non-potentially trademarked names.
Cool. So they all need to roll a charisma saving throw of 16, please.
Yes.
Okay. That's
Audrey
Attack the
2's got to be fair.
Giant puckering purple.
And they can't have that
Oh.
much charisma. They're like potted plants, aren't they? Like, have you
I
been
don't
to
know,
a
everyone
webs?
likes
That's where
potted
charisma
plants.
goes to
Oh.
die.
Oh god.
So let's take care of Audrey 2 first of all. So charisma saving throw.
Yes.
And looking to beat what? Sorry.
16.
Okay. Audrey 2 fails.
Yeah.
Nice.
Trees also fail.
Hey.
Cool.
So
So whenever
every
those
one of them is hit
targets,
with Bane.
make an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, which is a concentration spell, they must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from the attack roll or saving throw.
Sweet.
What can I say except you're welcome? Oh wait, I can actually up this. I'm going to cast it. I'm going to make it 3rd level. And I'm going to cast it on the one behind us as well. It's the same vibe.
Okay.
I thought there were only 2 trees and the giant purple asshole
There's
thing.
3 trees. There's 3 trees. One behind us, to the left, and to the right.
Uh,
And
Oh.
Audrey too.
Oh, I misheard that as well. I thought it
Okay,
was-
so yeah, all of them are currently affected by Bane.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Cool. And I end my turn.
Fantastic. Okay, so next up then we have got it's going to be the first of the trees. They're going to step forward and they're going to take a swing at Natasha.
Fuckers.
So Bane is with disadvantage,
Oh,
yes?
Yes.
Okay, and your armor class is
15.
15. Okay.
And they got to roll a d4 on an attack roll beforehand and remove that number from their attack roll.
Okay, so they just deduct a d4 from the attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so first one definitely misses.
Cool.
So this enormous limb just comes swinging down at you, and you just sort of sidestep out of the way. Second one also misses. So both these trees have stepped forward, reacting to your magic, and tried to like swipe at you to make it go away, and both of them are sort of
Okay.
just lumbering slow enough for you to just and out of the way. Cool. So next up is Badgerac. James, you're on deck.
So I'm going to rage, obviously.
Yeah.
At the thought of all this purple gooiness just in my head.
Yeah.
Can't figure it out, just annoys me, get angry. And then, seeing that we're being flanked from behind, I'm going to go and attack the middle tree.
So, sorry, are you attacking like the big fungus thing or the trees?
No,
There's two
the tree,
trees.
Oh, I thought it was... Right, okay.
No, there's two trees behind the group.
Yeah,
Little Shop of Horrors in
Okay.
front.
I'll attack one of the trees behind us.
Cool. Dealer's choice, left or right?
Right.
Cool. That's fine. Go for it.
Going with the longsword.
Mm-hmm.
It's 17 to hit.
17 hits. Roll me up some damage, please.
Be 14 damage.
14. Ouch. Okay.
You have another attack badge? What are you
I
done?
do.
So yeah, what's this? What weapons is this with? Sorry.
The elven longsword.
Excellent. So yeah, that just goes sailing through and just cuts a nice gouge across the center of it. As it does, you can see this sort of like purple goo start oozing out from the wound.
Yeah, God. Ugh, and attack it again.
Go for it. Yeah.
That's a 20 to hit.
That hits. Nat 20 or dirty 20?
Nah, dirty.
No,
And
definitely hits.
No,
right?
no, 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 no.
is-
Dirty, 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 mate.
8 damage.
Fantastic. So again, another swing into this thing, and it just slices through. And again, you've now made a nice little sort of X shape across like you're marking it up for felling,
Yeah.
which might be a bad signal to send, but this sort of
Meh.
cross-cut now is just oozing purple gunk.
Excellent.
Anything else on your turn?
I will. No, that's it. I think. Let me.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That's fine then. So, next up, James. Lours, you're on deck. James, what are you up to?
My bonus action to cast for strike.
Yep.
I'm going to attack the. I'll go for the same one Badger's gone for.
Okay, go for it.
On advantage for strike.
Goddamn purple Play-Doh trees.
27 to hit.
27 definitely hits. That nat 20 or dirty 20?
That is a natural 20
Ooh, tasty.
Nice.
on 6.
Give me all your damage.
Uh, 24.
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
Fantastic. And that's
hit
with
it again.
that's with your rapier, was it? Sorry.
Oh, hang on. I've done that wrong. I've got more damage. Hang on.
But wait, I have more damage.
It's like
Oh.
finding a
that's
fiver in
not
your
all.
bunch. It's like finding a fiver in your jeans
And
pocket, isn't it?
that's not all. And... for... Just want to double check. Sorry, I've completely forgotten what Colossal Slayer does. I can't remember if it's a D6 or a D8. I think it's a D8, and I just want to double check. Or yes, it's a D8.
Okay,
So
so
that's-
originally you said 24. What are we changing that to?
31.
31. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Nice.
And that's not all.
So, yeah, the first strike basically connects up a couple of the cuts that Badgerac's already made, and now there is a chunk missing from this thing, and this purple goo is just pissing out onto the floor now. The
Is
rapier's
it still alive?
It's still alive. It's not in a good way. You're not
I'm
overly
going to
familiar
attack
with
it
like the
again,
health of animate trees, but this looks pretty bad.
I'm going to hit it again.
Go for it.
Release attempt to. 18 to hit
18 hits.
and 7 damage. I know that's a lot less than my previous 31, but that's all I've got.
But it's enough. The second rapier strike comes through and just cuts clean through the nice pre-made cuts on this thing, and it just topples over and twitches a couple of times and then just lies still, like, you know, a normal tree should do. So,
Cool.
anything else on your turn?
You can't blame a tree for branching out. though.
Why would,
Ah.
for fuck's sake, I
Please
will
stop.
leap into the air so I can get a better idea of what's going on, but also so I can be out of range of their poxy attacks.
That's fine. Okay, so with that then, Lours, you're up.
Audrey 2, or
Yep.
other name, is farthest away from us, isn't it? Is anyone engaged with it? just
Audrey
to
2,
clarify?
Audrey 2 still about 20 feet away.
And nobody's near it
No.
at the moment. Awesome.
At the moment,
I will-
you guys are about 20 feet away, and there's one tree like close enough for slapping distance.
Okay, I will cast 3rd level Moonbeam right on top of it.
All right.
5-foot radius. It
Yep.
needs to make a Constitution saving throw of 16, or
Okay.
take 3d10 damage, or half if it succeeds.
F-
If it's a shape
fails.
change that makes it with disadvantage. No, never mind. Cool.
fails
Never mind, fuck it.
between my piss poor rolling and Bane. It's just
Nice.
it's not making
Oh
that
yeah, I
roll.
forgot about Bane. And then it takes rolls of rubbish, but 14 damage. And it will take that every time it starts its turn in the Well, it makes the save every turn. that it
Okay.
starts in there.
So yeah, you move your hands in a druidic fashion. You mutter the druidic words of power and scatter a couple of moonseed leaves out to the wind, and suddenly there is this enormous Death Star style beam that just descends on this thing and immediately starts to lightly cook it. You can see some of the fungus immediately withers, and the screeching noise gets much louder as this thing starts to disconcertingly rise from the floor.
Ah, shit! It's like a fucking Marlboro.
Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Cool. That's fine then. So, it is now this thing's turn. Audrey 2 has sort of risen up on just this mass of tentacly legs and has started trying to
Is this
free
before-
itself from the floor.
Sorry, is this before or after the moonbeam damage that
This
it's meant
is-
to receive at the start?
After the moonbeam damage, it's just at this point it's just sort of rising up out of the floor. And as it starts to move towards you, you see the mouth sort of start to move, and it just sort of vomits up this half digested human corpse covered in the same weird
Could you
violet
repeat
fungus.
that? Repeat that, please, Tom. I managed to my own hearing out. All I got was
Well
you
done.
vomited.
It
and then went blank,
vomited.
and then you said penis.
Yeah, no, it vomited out an elder dragon's penis. Because you cut out
gross.
it. Yeah, it's just vomited that out, followed by a half-digested human corpse,
Let's see.
which immediately gets to its feet and starts walking towards you.
Does it start its turn in the beam?
Does the
It
penis try
doesn't.
and do something?
Damn.
Yeah, so this thing has sort of hoiked itself out of the ground, started moving towards you, so it's now moved out of the moonbeam, and just vomited out. And now a
okay.
reanimated
Lame.
corpse.
Lame.
Lours,
moving
what's your
thing.
armor class?
14.
Okay, 2 seconds. Sorry, bear with me. Yep, that's fine. Okay. So. Do.
Am I dead?
We say your armor class was 14.
Yes.
Okay. As this thing shuffles towards you, 3 tentacles come shooting out towards you. 2 of them just sort of whip crack the air to the side of you. You can hear like the as they just hit nothing but clean air. The third one hits you straight into the chest.
Okay, can I use cutting words on this?
You can, yes.
Lovely. All right.
Oh, God bless. Maybe.
4. So take that off the attack roll.
Yeah, as you see this third tentacle just like whipping directly towards Lours, you can see that this one is aiming dead on. And you immediately just look at it, whip out the death loot, and just fire off a power cord, and the tentacle just like bounces off this wall of sound and goes skyward before all 3
Wonderful.
retract back towards the body.
That's for going after my druid, you cheap Brussels sprout.
Not bad. I like it.
It's okay. I like it. Also, it makes up for the fire now.
Excellent. So, That's the end of its turn. Natasha, you're up. Now, Natasha, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
15.
15. As you sort of ready yourself to follow up your sweet cutting words action, you take a deep breath and are immediately hit at the back of your throat by this rotting corpse stench.
Okay.
Good.
Fortunately, you manage to sort of just swallow it and go, you know what? I've smelt worse in some of the dive bars I've played in. This is going to be fine. You are now immune to this creature's terrible smell for 24 hours.
Wonderful. Wonderful. We take
Nice.
this.
So, your turn.
My turn.
Yep.
I'm going to keep
Yeah.
Bane on,
Yep.
as that does so very well. And I am going to give a bit of bardic inspiration to my main man, Badgerac. And I end my turn.
Cool. So, what is your bardic inspiration dice now?
Oh, it's 1d8. So Badgerac
Okay.
can basically add a 1d8 to a creature other than me. Can add it to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Cool.
That's really good.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Bards, man.
Cool. Hi.
Gods, man.
Cool. Is that the end of your turn then?
It does end my turn, sadly. Yeah, no crazy spell making right now.
Okay. So, the one remaining tree is deeply concerned by what's just happened to its companion and is also going to try and lash out at Bagerac. And they miss.
Nice.
Why am I always getting attacked by freaking plants?
Cool.
I'm way out the way of you.
Bagerac, you're up. James, you're on deck. Bagerac, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Maybe they're after your tree, Fiddy.
So this
My
bardic
God.
inspiration, do I have to use it before
I
or
like it.
after I see the roll?
You can use it after your roll, but before knowing the outcome.
Okay, right.
Oof.
Yeah, I'll go use that as well, just
Cool.
to make sure.
Yeah, one now.
5. Oh, yo.
17 then with the bardic inspiration.
17. So yeah, as you sort of sidestep out the way of this plant, you catch a whiff of the shambling corpse and giant fungus thing coming towards you and just go, oh, that's bad. That's pretty bad. You are also now immune to their smell for 24 hours.
Excellent.
So, your turn. Go for it.
Nice.
I am going to take a swing at this tree as it just tried to attack me.
Yeah. Go for it.
And because I'm really annoyed that it tried to swing at me, I'm going to attack it recklessly.
Nice, nice, nice.
Oh, it's... so that's a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
You hit them with. Sorry, you hit them with an elven longsword.
Yeah.
Is that right? Oh yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Don't
Yeah.
worry. Don't mind me.
Using this. No. Okay, I'll
And that is then 13 damage.
13. Sweet. So yeah, the longsword comes through, cuts a nice deep
Plus
rivet through
two.
this thing, and again you've got this awful purple goo stars dripping off, and you can see that some of it's started to stick to the sword. It's not flowing like blood would. You're a little bit upset that you're actually going to have to clean your weapons this time.
Right, I'll just wipe it on the corpse of it.
Cool. Okay.
Take a second swing at it.
Yep, go for it.
That's a 22 to hit.
22 definitely hits. Nat 20 or
that is
dirty 20?
Dirty.
Dirty 20.
And that is 14 damage.
Oof. So again, another hefty swing at this thing. And again, you've You've decided to vary up your strikes a little bit this time. This one, rather than have a multiplication sign across its trunk, it's not got an equals sign.
I'm going to pretend I know what those signs are. Yes.
In your mind, this is some sort of runic approximation of damage to trees.
We lost
Cut
him.
out.
Oh, am I gone again?
Yeah.
There you
go. You're
cut out
back
the
now.
end.
Sorry, I was saying, in your mind, this is some approximation of a runic symbol for damaging trees.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else on your turn?
That is it.
Excellent. So, next up, we've got James. Zephyr Strike still active. Lours, you're on deck. James, what are you up to?
Just want to double check. Badger's attacking a tree recklessly, right?
Hmm.
Not that smelly fucker.
No, because the
Correct.
tree just attacked me, so I attacked it back.
Yeah. I'm gonna go after the tree that's come after Bagerac then. Just
Cool.
attempt to.
That's fine. So you're diving down from your height to attack the
Yeah,
tree. Go for it.
15 to hit.
15 hits. Roll me up some damage.
I just want the tree to be like the Whomping Willow as he comes down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, 22.
That definitely hits. Nat 20 or dirty 20?
No. 22 damage.
Oh, 22 damage. Sorry. Yep. Cool. And that's with the
And-
rapier, was it?
And then
How the fuck are you critting every
I
other
know,
attack?
right? I've raised
twen-
on it today.
27 to hit, which is a crit, which I
Yep.
think actually gives me a 8, 16. Yeah, I double. Yeah, so 20 damage.
Okay. So you've turned this equal sign into a not equal sign, and then you've murdered a tree.
Yeah, eat shit. And then I'm
this
gonna
thing
move
just
away.
goes flailing down to the floor, flailing again, and then remains completely motionless and still. Remind me, what's your movement speed?
In the air, I think it's 50.
50. That's
Yeah.
fine. Cool. So, end of your turn?
I'm gonna fly away.
Yep.
I can't get touch with my Zephyr Strike going. And if rounds to
fine.
6 seconds, aren't they? So I'm assuming that there's 10 rounds to a minute. So I've got
There
another
are, yes.
8 rounds.
Yeah,
I've got another 8 rounds worth
you
of
have,
Zephyr
yes.
Strike.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Okay.
fly away.
So then, next up, Lours.
Yes.
Um, Yep, Lours is up, Natasha's on deck. So Moonbeam is still firing down on the point where the Little Shop of Horrors was.
I will use my action to move it. It can move up to 60 feet to wherever the hell it has moved to.
That's fine. So we'd move it up to, you say it's 5 feet wide.
Yes. Well, 5-foot radius, so 10
5 foot
wide.
radius, so 10 foot. Yeah, so that would catch
yeah.
both Audrey 2 and her new corpse friend.
Even better.
So, we say
They both need to make con saves of 16 plus.
okay, so both pass, even with Bane.
They both take then just 6 damage.
Cool.
And can I move away from this thing? Has this thing got closer to me where it was moving? Sorry.
It
This
has, yes.
Can I move away from it while still maintaining my 120-foot range on this spell?
You can. Before you do, can you make me a Constitution save, please?
Okay. Oh no! Is that for the spell or for the smell?
No, just a Constitution save.
That's a natural one. For a total of
Okay.
3.
So as you move the moonbeam closer to you, you feel like the radiant lunar energy just baking these things. Unfortunately, that's heated up the air quite a bit, and it has blasted you with a concentrated wave of death smell. You are now incapacitated.
Oh crap. Okay, that's gonna remove the spell as well, isn't it? Because I'll lose
Yes.
concentration.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no.
So the moonbeam sputters and fails as you just double over, just retching at how awful this smell is. Yeah, it is nasty.
Creature can't take actions or reactions. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that's all I can do now then.
So,
That's actually hilarious.
seeing this, the corpse is now shambling towards you, Lours, and is going to go take a swing at you.
It's,
What's your armor class?
14.
14. Yeah, they do basically nothing. They just sort of they're still a little bit, like their movement is sort of stymied by the fact that the back of them has just been cooked by the moon. So they're kind of a little bit stiff in addition to being, dead. The tentacles, however, they're coming again.
Oh no.
Every
Come on, Bane.
single one of them misses.
Yay!
Thank fuck for Bane.
God bless Bane. Maybe.
As they do, you see the mouth open and sort of brings up another half-consumed corpse. And the mouth slams closed. And you can see that patches on its body where the moonbeam had struck it are starting to cover over with fresh fungus.
Uh-oh. So, incapacitated, am I aware of this, or am I unconscious kind of thing?
You are so busy retching you can't do anything.
Right, okay. Cool. Ish.
Okay, Natasha, you're up.
Hello. Hi. Yeah.
Badgerac, you're on deck. So
I got Bane for a little
Bane
while
is still
longer, right?
active for another 8 rounds.
Lovely. I'm gonna keep that active.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think I can make anything laugh right now, nor should I really change this because Bane's saving a load of people.
It really is.
I'm gonna give some more bardic inspiration to my main man Badgerac.
Nice.
Tidy. So Badgerac, you hear an inspirational brief tune from the Deathlute, and you're like, yeah, I can kill everything.
Yeah, that too. That's exactly what I said.
Yep.
Sweet.
And
Natasha,
I end my turn.
fantastic. So, Badgerac,
I am going to.
you are
Oop.
still raging for another 8 rounds. James, you're on deck. What would you like to do?
I am going to go and attack the nearest corpse to me.
Okay, so that would be the one that has just tried to take a swing at Lours.
Yes, I will take
Cool.
a
Go for it.
attack at
Roll
that.
to hit.
I will also attack it recklessly because I'm in that kind of mood,
That's fine. Yep.
and I shall do it two-handed.
Yep.
Fuck. That's a 20 to hit then.
That hits. Roll me up some damage, please, buddy.
It's only 9 damage.
Okay. That's fine. The axe comes in, it connects, and it carves
Cool.
through. And again, there's this same purple ooze starts like just pouring out of this open wound that's like running right from shoulder to hip on this thing.
As he does that, I'm going to turn around and take a second swing at it,
Go for it.
which is a 27 to hit. No,
That-
28, sorry, because I'm raging.
That hits.
yep.
Is that a nat 20?
No,
Do you get any crit for being raging or anything like that?
nope.
Cool. Well, it definitely hits. Roll me up some damage. Do this.
12 damage.
Oosh.
I just get a +1 to the attack roll
Yep.
and to the damage when raging.
That's fine. You take this thing down. You bury your axe through the same.
sword?
You bury the sword. Same strike, shoulder to hip, and you carve this thing in half, and it just crumples to the floor.
Okay, I like my new sword.
Stab it.
That will end my turn.
Excellent. Yeah, as you see the corpse just fall down, you see the fungus just starts to overtake it and just degrade it super rapid into the earth.
On the ground a bit like, ugh.
That's fine. Cool. So, James, you're up. Lours, you're on deck.
The one that stood over Lours.
So, at the moment, the only thing occupying your attention is Little Shop of Horrors.
It's out, mate. What was that?
So, at the moment, the only thing occupying your attention is the Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Okay.
Courtyard, yeah.
Has anyone actually hit that thing yet?
I burned it a little.
Doors hit it with his moonbeam.
Yeah.
I gave it some
Lightly
bad
toasted
words.
it.
I called it a slag. All right. I'll try and hit the fucker and see what happens.
Go for it.
25 to
Correct.
hit.
Definitely hits.
And that... Uh, 27 damage.
Jeez.
Nice. There's some fucking
So, yeah,
goodness
that is
there.
a powerful strike into this thing. As you just you just cleave through, nice big, deep gash across its surface.
Okay, and 14 to hit.
14 to hits. Where are we? Yep, 14 hits.
7 damage. And,
So yeah, another strike with a rapier.
and
Again,
15. Sorry, I was going to say my
Take off
bonus
a few
action.
tentacles.
Yeah. And then 15 to hit. And
That
I
hits.
presume it hit because 14
Yeah.
did. And only 5 damage.
Yeah, again, you are taking this thing to the cleaners.
I think I did 39 damage in total. And again, I'm going to use my Zephyr Strife to fuck off so it can't hit me back.
That's fine. So yeah, you dive in. There's just this flurry of rapier strikes, leaving this thing just like cut to. There's just tentacles flying off. There's like a big gouge across its surface. It is just utterly beaten, and then you fly safely into the air, away from it. Lours, you have just about recovered from chucking up onto the floor.
Excellent.
When you get hit by a second wave of this smell, can you
Oh,
give me another
God damn it.
Constitution saving throw, please?
13?
13. Unfortunately, it's still too much for you to bear.
Come on.
You just stand up and go, right, I got this. Take a
I'm
deep
good.
breath, and then immediately regret taking that deep breath.
I think I've lost time.
So, yeah, you stand up, you take a big deep breath, and immediately regret
vomit.
it.
Well, that's my turn then.
You are once again incapacitated.
Excellent. This is
So,
going well.
next up is Little Shop of Horrors. And as you look at it, you see it do the same weird, like, retching motion as it brings up another corpse. And then clamps its mouth down. As it does, you see some of the tentacles that had been slashed off by James's furious attack regrow, and some of the damage across its surface is healed back over. in addition to that, it's going to take another swing at Lours with its tentacles.
Got any cutting words, Natasha? How does that work?
I do, yeah.
Ooh.
So, doesn't matter. All 3 tentacles whip out and miss as Lours' sudden and violent retching motion causes him to duck
Aye.
underneath
I'm
all 3
dexterous
strikes.
whilst unconscious.
Yeah,
What is happening?
I don't know. This is like the anti-cleric function.
I need to vomit more often
Yeah.
on here, apparently.
Cool. So, Natasha, you're up. Badgerac, you're on deck.
Mhm.
So, Natasha, Bane is still active for another 7 rounds. What would you like to do?
I'll keep that on right now. Do you know what, Bagerac? You're on your own this time, I'm afraid. I'm going to keep some cutting words just in case these things get a bit leery.
I didn't use the bardic inspiration last round, so I don't know how long that lasts.
Until you
Oh,
use
you've got it for a while until you use it.
All right.
Well, baller then. All right, cool. End my turn.
That's
Bane
it.
is fucking
Just
easy.
maintaining
Yeah.
Bane. Fine.
Yeah.
Cool. Badgerac, you're up. You are still raging for another 7 rounds. James, you're on deck.
Unless there are
Okay.
2 corpses on the floor still, or just 1.
So there is a couple of dead trees.
Yeah.
A doubly dead, you think, human. And then just this enormous fungal plant monster in front of you.
I thought it just retched up another corpse.
It did, and then it ate it.
All right, okay.
Oh god, it's eating. Wait, no, I'm unconscious. I'm not saying anything whilst incapacitated.
Yeah. Okay,
Sorry,
well,
Alex.
I think it's. I am going to run up and attack this thing then,
Cool.
because I can.
Go for it.
Attack it double-handed. Why
Yep.
not? So, let's just add bardic inspiration to that lovely attack roll. there.
That's a 14 to hit, isn't it, mate?
Yeah.
Because you're raging. I hit it with a 14.
Oh, did you? Okay then, we'll leave it.
Cool.
So 14 to hit.
14 hits. Roll me some damage, please.
That's 12.
I think you can use your bardic inspiration for damage rolls, can't
No.
you?
No, it's just like attack rolls and ability checks.
Ah,
So sorry, that was 12 damage, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. And with your elven sword.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, that finally worked. Metal glistening in the vague moonlight and torchlight, with the purple goo still covering half of the blade. You bring that down and cut a nice, deep groove across this thing, removing some of the freshly grown tentacles.
Nice. I am then going to attack again and use my bardic inspiration because the roll's shite.
Fantastic. Yeah.
So that makes it 19 to hit
That definitely
with
hits.
my bardic
Roll me up
inspiration,
some damage,
and that
please.
is 16 damage.
16 damage. Excellent.
Yes.
So yeah, another huge sweeping strike in this. This time you sort of on the backswing on this thing, and again you just managed to like cut directly across both of its lips, giving it what would normally be like a cool-looking scar. You reckon if this was anything other than a hideous plant monster, that would look really cool.
Yep.
Fantastic. Can you also make me a strength saving throw, please?
No.
I believe I get an advantage on this while I'm raging. His strength.
Strength saving throw, yeah.
You get advantage on strength checks and saving throws. Excellent.
Go for it.
Nice.
That's 22.
22. Fantastic. Yeah, like it tries to like as you're attacking it, it sees you're close enough, and you see a load of tentacles like whip out to try and grab you. And as they make contact, you just sort of wrench your body away and just rip them free of this creature.
No, bad plan. Had enough of this bullshit.
No,
plan
touchy.
time.
Excellent.
Goddamn
So,
weeds always trying to kill me.
James, you're up. Zephyr Strike is still active for another 7 rounds. Lours, you're on deck. James, what are you doing?
Sweet. 20 to hit.
Yeah, so we're going in with the rapiers again.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm attacking with rapiers yet again.
That is fine.
Ooh, I've done a lot worse this time though. 13 damage.
Cool. So as you do, you manage to take out a decent chunk of the sort of like supporting, let's call them legs, let's be generous, on the one side of it, and it just sort of, boomf, tips over onto its side.
Oh. Dead?
Not dead, still going, just uneven.
Okay. 12 to hit.
12 does not hit.
Oh shit.
Lame.
14
So, yeah,
to hit.
as it sort of pitches down, the second rapier strike just goes straight across, misses. Third one, sorry, what was that?
14 to hit.
14 hits, yeah.
And only 5 damage again.
Fantastic. So yeah, third strike comes in, and this thing is like looking pretty beat up at this point.
I think you've cut out, Tom.
Oh god damn it! I'm gonna need to get a new headset. So yeah, even though it's 5 damage, this thing is still looking pretty beaten up at this point.
Okay. I used my movement to again fuck off out of the way of it.
Bungee back up into the sky. Cool. All right, so Lours, you're up. Natasha, you're on deck. Lours, what are you doing?
Do I have to make another Constitution thing to?
You do.
Okay. Oh come the fuck on. 12.
12. By this point, you're prepared for it, and like the smell hits you, and you're like, no, not this time. You are now immune to its stench for 24 hours.
Oh, thank God. Then I will cast Moonbeam on it again
Cool.
at level 3. Third level. Yeah. So it needs to make a con save 16 plus.
Con save of 16 plus. Yeah, it passes even with Bane.
Then it takes 8 damage.
Excellent. So yeah, as you say, you throw the leaves, you say the word, the moonbeam comes down and immediately bathes this thing in searing moonlight, and you can see the fungus starting to sort of curl up on top of it.
Yes.
It's still twitching though.
God damn it.
Still twitching. Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Nope, that's it
all
for
I can
you?
do. Yep.
Okay. This thing is not best pleased. It is, yeah. I don't know if there's a plant equivalent of furious. It is it. It hucks up and chomps down on another delicious, tasty corpse snack. Which, I've got to be honest, doesn't seem to be healing as much as it used to.
Okay.
It's then going to throw, once again, all of its tentacles actually, it's going to take a shot at each one of you. Natasha, what's your armor class?
15. I use cutting words.
Yep, it misses.
Okay, cool. I don't use cutting words.
Badgerac, what's your armor class?
Well, as I'm using two-handed sword, it would be 18.
It misses. Lours, your armor class.
14.
It hits.
Clang!
Lame. Was that cutting words then?
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
That is a killing words. I haven't done anything in so long. I haven't rolled anything.
Go for it.
Okay, 2.
2. Yep. Another deft cord from the Death Loose sends
Nice.
the tentacle flying wide.
It's over my ass. for
This
me.
thing is, like I say, whatever the plant equivalent of furious at everything is. Natasha, you're up. Bagerac, you're on deck.
So, is this thing in a really bad way?
This thing is like currently like half of it is slumped onto the floor. You can see where James's rapier's taken out like half of its legs. They're starting to like sprout back a little bit, but it's not quite the same sort of rapid regeneration that you'd seen previously.
Okay, there's no metal embedded in it, is there?
There is not, no.
Fuck. Okay.
I like
Uh,
the name there.
Do you think this thing can hear us? Does this thing have ears?
I mean, do you want to take a turn to find out?
No. Yeah, go on then. I will
Cool.
cast second level dissonant whispers on this bitch.
Okay. So, and what's that? Wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw of 16.
Okay. As how are you casting Dissonant Whispers?
Nyum 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 nyum
So as
nyum
you-
nyum nyum nyum.
Fucking exotic.
As you nom the spell at this creature, you can see the air sort of distorting as the bardic magics weave their way towards this creature. And whilst you can't see that it's got ears, you can still see clearly that the sound waves are having an effect on it.
Wonderful. Nyum,
You
nyum,
can
nyum,
roll me up
nyum,
some
nyum,
damage for that,
nyum,
please,
nyum,
because
nyum,
they did
nyum,
not
nyum,
make their
nyum.
wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that was almost 13d6. It's not quite that powerful.
It's not that good
No.
just yet,
No.
or ever.
Okay. That's a 10.
Excellent.
And it must also, if available, must use its reaction to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Nice.
It does. Lours, does that mean that it takes any additional from the moonbeam?
If it starts its turn there, or if it enters it for the first time. That's what takes
Okay,
the
so
damage.
yeah, no, so it sort of moves out of the moonbeam.
So
at
it
this
moves
point.
away from me, you
Damn
say?
it!
Yeah, so this thing scuttles. This thing's probably about 30 feet away from you
Some
at this
would
point.
consider it an attack.
Well, wait, no, it worked away from me, so do I get an opportunity attack?
Break its legs.
You know what? Yeah, why not?
Because I was in melee range with it.
You were.
Fuck it up.
Yeah.
Fuck it up!
So I will take attack at,
All calculated.
yeah.
Legit.
We wish it was calculated.
So what are we hitting with?
24 to hit
That definitely hits. Roll me up some damage, buddy.
with the two-handed longsword still.
Yes,
going with
yep.
that. That's 15 damage.
15. How do you want to do this?
Nice.
I shall swing my new two-handed longsword, taking out its leg, and then driving it straight through the body.
Fantastic.
Nice.
So as you make a rough approximation to the most
Perfect.
violent gardening instrument that you can imagine, you take this thing apart, and as you cut it to ribbons, it's sort of the remains of it manage to get back to like the central nest and just sort of slump down, and there's this sort of wailing and screeching as its body starts to bubble and melt into the nest in the center of this clearing. As the remains of it just melt away into the ground, you can see lying in the center of this is a clearly human, clearly not digested. Gentleman, long dark hair, stubble going on, fairly sort of nice looking clothes, albeit covered now in purple goo. And as the last of this creature's remains kind of melt away, they sort of start to stir and just go, what's going on? As they try and struggle to get to their feet.
Sounds like me after the night in the tavern.
I go and cast Cure Wounds on the person.
Yep, go for it. Roll me up some wound curing.
So, 10 healing.
Excellent. They immediately seem more energetic and revivified without using the actual spell Revivify. I'm well aware I need to watch my grammar with this. Yeah, they stand up and they sort of like start to brush the purple goo off and... What the hell happened here? Who are you?
I directed at me.
It's just to the group of you in general. This guy has literally just emerged from like a nest of fungal tentacles covered in purple ooze.
I just told him, the best gardener ever. Fucking weeds.
Oh. Clearly have you to thank for rescuing me from that thing. Ah. Where are we?
We're in a wood that doesn't like to be set on fire.
I'm fairly certain most woods don't like to be set on fire.
But they want you.
Sorry, allow me to introduce. I'm Mayor Band of Julkoun, and sort of holds out a hand towards you, Badger, offering like a handshake.
I just sort of grab his arm and shake his hand.
Ah, you're Half-Orc, at least. Strong
Yes.
arms, good man. And just sort of steps out of the nest of tentacles, just shaking goo off of his boots. It's like, do you happen to know the way back to town?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, lead on, brave gardening rescuers. I shall see to it that you are justly rewarded. Otherwise, my name is not Mayor David Matthews Band.
I hate my life.
And that's where we're going to end it this
Oh,
evening.
God.
dear God. Natasha would be proud.
Excellent.
I'm not
So-
proud of that.
That does bring us to the end of tonight's adventure. You managed to rescue the mayor, who on the way back informs you that he was one evening quite happily working away at his desk when all of a sudden his chair decided to spring to life and carry him off into the woods. He is not entirely sure what happened to the chair, but he's very glad to be rid of it, and is certainly going to look into why newfangled furniture that he bought only days prior from the local lumber mill furniture workshop decided that it was going to take him for a ride. So yes, thank you to everyone for playing. Thank you to everyone either watching or listening along in the chat. Couple of shout outs before we go. Please be sure to check out and donate to Em's Ration Challenge page. I know she's not here this week, but if you could check it out, that would be deeply appreciative. The website is www.rationchallenge.org.uk/Emilie Westcott. It is on the screen now. To recap on that, between the 13th and 19th of September, basically ate the same food rations as Syrian refugee does for 1 week. This is part of Ration Challenge UK in partnership with Concern Worldwide. So far, has raised an impressive over £890 and counting. Donations are still open until December, so please Go and give what you can. Any money raised helps provide emergency food, hygiene kits, and life-saving support to refugees, as well as supporting Concern Worldwide's wider work of ending hunger and extreme poverty in the world's poorest places. In addition, Dave, who also couldn't be here this week, normally plays Magemak, are possibly compensating Warforged Warlock, has been working on speedrunning Final Fantasy VIII. You can catch his streams throughout the week on twitch.tv/Davesprout. Link is in the description below. We will be back in 2 weeks' time on Sunday, 25th of October, same time, 7:30 UK time, for a spooky Halloween special. Yes,
Ooh.
get excited. Until
Get
then,
very frighted.
oh dear Lord, if I could take inspiration away. Anyway, thank you once again, everyone, for playing. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Stay safe, wash your hands, wear a mask, keep your distance, and we will see you next time. Good night.
Good evening, Dice
Cheerio.
Roll fans.